Welcome back to What's on Yours, a weekly chat about books, movies, and TV. I'm Michael Hennessy,
And I'm Cindy Smith.
and we're going to get right into what we're talking about for books this week, because I know you've got an interesting one.
Yes, I do. It's called The Hunting of Sunshine Girl.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love the cover. Very nice. Um, it's one of the BEA Buzz books for this BEA, and she's a YouTube star of the show with the same name, The Hunting of Sunshine Girl.
Okay, so a couple questions.
Yes.
BEA Buzz, is that like an official term? BEA Buzz book?
It's been around since, I guess, BEA has been around.
Is that officially by BEA, or is that informally by the bloggers?
I think it's sort of by BEA.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are kind of like the books to be on the lookout for.
Interesting. Now, is this a scary type thing?
It's a YA book,
Mm-hmm.
and it's scary but not scary. I don't know if that makes sense.
Explain, please.
Well, she's a 16-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
They lived in Austin, Texas, and the mother's got a job at another hospital in Ridgemount, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So her and her mom moved to Washington. And it's totally different. They get into this house, the rental house, and it's kind of haunted. There's a spirit or a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody seems to believe her. Her mother thinks she's just like wackadoodle.
Okay.
And she's met this guy, and he's grown up with hearing ghost stories, haunted houses. So he's going to help her, apparently.
I see.
I am about a quarter of the way into the book.
Interesting. And then you said this was YouTube based.
Yeah. She's a YouTube star.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's a multi-webisode.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So the YouTube came first?
The YouTube came first, and then the book. I guess because it was so popular.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. And her name is Paige McKenzie.
Paige McKenzie. Interesting.
Yeah. And it's been going to be made into a movie and a book series.
Oh, okay. So this is the first book in the series. Okay, I got you.
I presume this is the first, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. And how did you come across this?
I heard about it before,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was in the YA Buzz book that I downloaded off of NetGalley.
So is this a 2014 release?
No, 2015.
Really? Okay.
Just hot off the presses, I think, last month.
Okay. So this is not like the other YouTube star that wrote a book that there was a kerfuffle of that it was ghostwritten. This is...
I don't think. I think this is really her book.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about Zoella's book, Girl
That's right.
Online.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw Gone Girl in there just because we always do.
That's it. It's not Gone Girl
Online.
related. It's, yeah, or Girl on the Train related.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gone Girl Online on the train.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, like I said, I'm a quarter way through, and it seems really good.
When are you going to have the review up?
I'm gonna probably have that scheduled for the week I'll be at BEA.
BEA.
Yeah,
When's that coming up?
The end of May.
The end of May. Okay.
So it'll be that week.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, there's always the behind-the-scenes kerfuffle with getting things lined up with BEA.
Yes.
Well,
More to come on that.
more to come.
We shall. We're going to wait until I purchase my ticket before we discuss.
Yes, and there's a reason why the ticket has to be purchased, which
That's right.
will be gotten into.
That'll be next show.
Okay.
Stay tuned for the fun and exciting drama.
Fueled by Nabob.
Actually, no, I'm fueled by Tim Hortons today.
Oh, I mean, next episode.
Next
We're
episode.
going to get you completely going.
Next week will be like our last. What was it? Our second episode ago, or the third one?
I can't
Hey.
remember. For what?
It was
Before the gap for BEA?
No, where I was fueled on Nabob.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I
I think
gotta
it
go
was
get
like
to the
3
excerpts of that
episodes
one.
ago. Yeah, that one was just brutal. So, yeah.
Well, for me, I didn't read books. I've been sticking with the screenplays. I read a screenplay for Annabelle.
Just reading.
Annabelle screenplay, and based around a creepy doll. Creepy doll. I've seen some photos of people who have doll collections, and they're just plain creepy. That's not even a horror story. I've seen people with the wall collections of dolls. No thank you. Wouldn't want to be sleeping in that room.
That's it. And some of those dolls are really creepy, even on their own.
Porcelain faces and...
Yeah, I don't know. Just having a wall full of dolls is just a little too creepy for me.
So anyway, it was clear to see from reading the screenplay for Annabelle where the creeps would come from and where the jumps would come from and where the scares would come from. Yeah, it's a mixture, definitely a mixture of atmosphere and also the spook jumps. You know,
yeah.
But it comes across very easily in the screenplay. There's almost a couple times where it sort of took me out of the screenplay where the way they reference things. It's a particular style for the person who wrote Annabelle. Just speaking of creepy dolls, Poltergeist remade will be coming out later on this summer. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
No, I have not.
Creepy doll.
We're not going to be watching a trailer.
Creepy doll. That's all I gotta say.
Nope.
Clowns and creepy dolls. That's all you need for a spooky movie.
Nope. Not in this overactive imagination.
So there's that, and I also read the screenplay for Nightmare on Elm Street again.
Okay.
I've read that a couple times. Wes Craven. I mean, just excellent. Great storyteller. I mean, people are like, some people kind of like, oh, you know, horror movies, blah blah blah. He tapped into something, really primal with the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Actually, news yesterday was Wes Craven, People Under the Stairs. They're turning that into a TV series.
Okay.
Sci-fi. He's going to create that TV series for Sci-Fi.
Interesting.
Yep. So those were my reading related things. Now,
okay.
I've had a ton of things on the movie front. A ton of them. Well, let's see. What did I have? I had Honeymoon. That was a horror movie. With an interesting kind of ending to it.
Mm-hmm.
Man and woman just recently married go out to a camp where she had grown up. She starts waking up in the middle of the night, sleepwalking, and it gets progressively creepier and scarier as it goes on. She was formerly on Game of Thrones. She was, I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones. Okay, well. She was Bridget, I think it was her name. She was the woman from the north of the Wall, who had been Jon Snow's love interest until he had to kill her. Or she got killed. I guess he didn't have to kill her.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's the face you'll recognize in that show. What else did I saw Honeymoon. I saw... Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. What about you?
I know I told you I didn't see a movie thingy before we started recording.
Okay.
But I did see a movie.
You did? Okay. What was it?
It was Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2.
Oh, okay.
That's what Michael wanted to see for his birthday.
At the theater. Okay.
Yeah.
And did he like it?
He liked it.
Okay.
I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, got a few laughs, you know.
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen Mall Cop, right?
Okay.
It seems to me to be one of those movies that people will criticize and they'll make fun of without ever actually having seen it.
Yeah.
But I saw on Twitter quite a few people, parents took their kids to it and they loved it. And the next morning, it was like some sort of sleepover. All the kids were quoting the movie.
Wow.
You know.
I don't know.
There's nothing about it that makes me want to see it, but, you know, I'm out of that demographic now.
That's it. Well, for me, like, it wouldn't have mattered if I saw it or I didn't,
Yeah.
because I did see the first one, but this was what he wanted to watch for his birthday.
Right, right.
That's why we went.
Okay.
I mean, it was funny. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I sat there and I laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's one of those ones that sort of gets disparaged without people having seen it.
Yeah.
Although that's not the audience, right?
That's it.
Just like the first 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
It was trashed and disparaged by all the people who grew up with the first trilogy of Star Wars back in the 70s and 80s, right? But people have to remember those stories were kind of trashed too by the people who were older.
Well, that's it.
It was for the kids. And
That's
the kids love episodes 1 to 3.
That's it.
When the kids went and saw them, they loved it. And the adults like, oh, this is stupid. It's ruining my childhood. No, it's not ruining your childhood.
No, it's not. It's just, I mean, it's funny. This is stuff that, kids laugh at. Hey, let's go slap a horse on the butt and then watch being kicked. Like,
Yeah.
being smacked into a van. I mean, it's all this kind of like humor that kids like.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, had I, hey, do you want to go see it? I would probably be like, no, let's go see something else.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't my top, but I mean, when it's your child and he wants to see it for his birthday, it's kind of like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have the other ones that I saw. Godfather 2, classic. And which was funny because after watching all the Sopranos, seasons of Sopranos, Junior from Sopranos in Godfather 2, he plays one of the characters opposing Michael Corleone. It made me look at him differently because he's so much younger. Like, he was a senior citizen in Sopranos, and in The Godfather 2, he was this young man.
Wow.
Or younger man. It made me look at him differently. Johnny Ola, that was his character's name. So there was that. I mean, Godfather 2, excellent movie. One of the longest popular movies. I mean, just over 3 hours.
Okay.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to release a movie that length now. And the other was a horror movie. All the boys love Mandy Lane.
Never seen it. Never heard of it.
You're not going to. It's a horror movie.
True.
Aimed at the teenage audience.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
It was, yeah. I mean, it hit all the parts of a horror story. Some spooks and stuff. Notable with that, Anson Mount. He was lead star in a TV show, a Western TV show, and the name escapes me right now. But Anson Mount, he was in that show as a supporting character. But yeah, it hit the beats for a horror story. The children all go to a ranch, this guy's ranch, and since it's very isolated, they make a point of when they're driving on the highway, it says last gas stop for 150 miles. So they're isolated at the ranch, and they start being killed.
See, that's my fear, being, doing a stretch of highway where there's nothing in between.
And the cell phone reception's terrible.
That's it. And nobody passes for, ever.
Well, it's a ranch, so you're not going to go there unless you have a reason to go there.
That's it. I will not be traveling.
So.
Yeah.
So those were the movies that I saw. I am mostly horror, and there's a couple other movies that I started, and I just at this point, if the movie gets to a certain point, I kind of just bail on it, and that's happening more and more. I've been watching some horror movies, and sad to say, some of them just are kind of a waste of time.
That's it. Yeah. That's kind of why we don't do a lot of going to the theater, because it's, as one of the dads we had saw at the theater, it's like a mortgage payment to go to the movies now. So it's kind of like, it's got to be something we really want to see, especially for Michael and I, and it's got to be something we really want to see that on the big screen. Yeah. Because now he's kind of, being 12, he's realizing, hey, it costs this much to go to the movies. Right. So. Well,
they're looking at it. I mean, George Lucas was saying, and he got kind of criticized, but he was saying, tickets it's going to go $50, $100. It's going to be premium events. It's going to be more like going to a concert. That's kind of how frequently some people go to the theaters now. It's like once a year or twice a year. So there may be premium tickets where $50 you get to see it in advance of anybody else.
Okay.
With extras like a Blu-ray of the show or a code to download something specific behind the scenes or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But premium is the way they're probably going to go to make people make it the event to go out to a movie.
Okay.
And it's heading that way anyway.
That's it. Because it's expensive to go to movies, which it's too bad. Because you really want to go and support them, but when it's costing you like $100 to go to a movie.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, some people are looking at it, okay, I can get this on demand for $6. Yeah, pile up $20 of junk food, and there's a host of like 12-year-olds that can all watch it and have fun at the same time.
Exactly.
As opposed to going out and paying $150 at the movie theater.
Well, that's it. And the joy of being at home is you're in your pajamas, you can curl up on the couch.
Yeah.
Pause it when you need to.
Yeah.
And
rewind for that matter.
That's it. I don't know. It just, like I said, it's got to be something that we really want to see.
Well, yeah, it's the event, making it into an event. I mean, I went and saw, there's one movie that I absolutely had to see in the theater, Gravity. So glad I saw that in the theater.
Okay.
It's fully immersive, the sound, the big scope, the scope of the scale of it was just so much better to see it on a large screen. Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
That's it.
Yeah. What about TV? Have you been following up on your TV with your handy-dandy PVR?
It's becoming to, like, remember when VCRs came out? Mm-hmm. And you were, like, programming everything, and you would fill up, like, 20 video cassettes?
Okay. Yeah.
Not watching anything?
Uh-oh. No, I never fell into that.
Oh, well, I did. I'd record, and then... So now we have, like, 50-some shows on the PVR to watch. And I'm like, how did, like, 10 turn into 20? Mm-hmm. And it just multiplied.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's nice, because now you can go back and watch them, like, 2 months later.
Yeah, that's true. You can binge through them,
And that's it. And especially for Michael, because he's discovered this game. It's on Game Show Network. It's Idiotest or Idiotest.
Okay.
And it's a game show, but it's on at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay.
So, I have it recorded so that he can watch it like the next day. And that's...
Why so late, though?
I don't know if that's just like the programming of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it adult-oriented or what? I mean, why would it be so late?
I think it's more... I don't know if you can say it's adult-oriented, because I haven't watched like a complete full episode.
Okay.
But I don't know.
In any case, it's on the PVR. You can catch it.
That's it.
Neat.
That's it. And I'm watching my Coronation Street now.
You're a fan of Corey, are you?
I am a Corey fan.
How long?
Since 2003.
Really? How did this not come out before?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 2003.
How did we not cover this?
I don't know. And I'd stopped watching it just because it's on like here at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So 6 o'clock is the time we eat. So I always miss it. So now that we have it, like I've been recording it, but it's like one of those soap operas you can just get right into.
Don't they have like a big anniversary coming up?
I think they do.
Because I think it was in the news recently, they, in conjunction with the anniversary, I guess the set, there was a fire as part of the story, and where they were filming it, and the people who lived nearby kept on calling the fire department.
Oh my God.
There's this big fire. So the fire department just had to tell people, we know, it's part of Coronation Street, just don't call anymore.
That's it. That's nice that it's like right in, in a community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did
not know that. Wow.
Well, now you know.
Something new.
Something new. Learning something new today.
There.
Hashtag.
So that's Coronation Street. Well, I'm starting to watch a couple of shows on Netflix. Bloodline. Kyle Chandler. I've always been a fan of Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights, and even before that from Early Edition, which was an interesting show. I don't know if you remember Early Edition. He was a man who every day he'd get the newspaper in the morning, and it would have the next day's headlines. So there would always be a headline on there that he would have to do something to help someone that day to help avoid the terrible headline coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the gimmick for that show. So he was in that show, Early Edition. He is in this new show called Bloodline on Netflix. It has to deal with family and the complications from that. And I guess I haven't seen the episodes too many episodes into it, but yeah, there's darkness.
That's it.
There's bad things that families do, and you sort of have to deal with it.
Exactly. I've seen the previews for that, so
there's that one. Daredevil still sitting in my list to watch on Netflix. I've heard an awful lot about it. I'll get to it at some point. I'm pretty much on comic hero burnout.
okay.
I haven't seen Avengers. I haven't seen Thor 2. I haven't seen Captain America 2. It just,
Sorry.
it just feels like it's this massive timeline, and it's almost, to me, it feels like, oh, this is to build up to something else.
Yeah.
You know what? When I watch a movie, what I tend to like is encapsulated.
Yeah.
This is it. 2 hours, it's wrapped up.
That's it. But I find like a lot of them, like they all get into this kick, like everything has to be in movies like superhero. And it's just like, I find that there's a lot of that at one time.
Mm-hmm.
As instead of, spreading everything out.
This whole expanded universe thing of, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman on the DC side and Marvel, I mean, I just, there's one, Star Wars was one exception for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a serial, but I mean those are spaced out in such a way that
You don't get burnt out.
right? There's 3 back in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
or 70s and 80s, right? And then there's another series late 90s, early, but there's a few years in between it, and it wasn't like when the first one came out in 77, 76. It wasn't like, okay, here's this one, and we're going to give you 30 more related to this over the next 5 years.
That's it.
That's what Marvel's like right now.
Yeah. It's too much.
So
Yeah.
give me 2 hours, nicely wrapped up story.
That's it.
And
speaking of Netflix, Orange is the New Black is coming back in June.
You said you were going to block your time off for that.
I am like, as soon as it goes online, like I block that weekend.
Okay.
And I watch it. Okay. Even though I said, watch one a week to kind of space it out. It's like, no, that weekend is that.
Okay.
And also, Full House.
Fuller House.
Is coming back. Yay.
I wonder how they're going to do it.
Well, according to John Stamos, they're going to do like a reunion show.
Okay.
Before the weekly episodes.
Oh, interesting.
So it's kind of like a spin-off, apparently.
Okay.
Which I'm totally excited about.
You're a big Full House fan?
I am a big Full House fan, Jesse fan.
Okay.
John Stamos fan.
Never really got into that show.
I remember watching it. That'd be like my TV show night.
Well, you and a lot of others.
Yeah.
Had a big following.
That's it.
Cool.
And in sad news, Gilbert from...
Oh, yes.
Gilbert Blythe from Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah, that's right. I heard that.
Every Canadian girl's dream crush. That was mine. Ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Learning lots of new things about you this week, Eric.
That's it. See, I can go back and pop this into the DVD player, and I can still
get right into it, huh?
Gilbert Blythe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your pick this week?
I'm gonna go with the book.
The book, huh?
Haunting Sunshine Girl. I think
you've hit some winners lately. The past month, you've got some good books.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be
nice. Okay.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, my pick of the week, a classic, tried and true, Godfather 2. People who complain about sequels, don't worry about this because it's better than the first one.
What's it?
One of the few sequels that improve on the original.
Okay.
My role, take note. Improve with your sequels.
Exactly.
Focus on the story.
That's it. And I think they've got to learn to just quit while they're ahead too sometimes.
I think so.
Because you can tell when something's being dragged out for really no reason, but the obligation.
Hammering this thing into the ground to make as much money as possible in as short a time as possible.
That's it. Yeah. Some can do it and some can't.
Maybe it's entertaining. I don't know. I haven't watched several of the last ones.
No.
The interest is not particularly there for me.
That's it. No, I've noticed that in reading books too, where, it's like a 5-book deal, and come the 4th one, it's like they're just grasping at things, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
So I think, really you need to end it there. And
well, it's like the trilogies. We're going to split the last trilogy into a 4th movie.
Yeah.
No. There's no reason for you to do that. Not at all, except maybe another yacht. That's all.
That's it. I don't know. And there's just some authors who can get away with doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like James Patterson, he can do that.
Oh, he's got so many books. Yeah.
But I mean, even though it's all the same kind of premise, it's totally different.
Oh, who's the guy that did The Notebook? He's got the same kind of
Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, he's got the same template applied again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
So.
See, I've never read his books, so.
There's a breakdown of what his template is, and it's pretty straightforward, and that's what he does. Doesn't vary from it, so.
No.
Hey, but he's successful. That's what he wants.
Exactly. People are buying.
Yep. He's happy.
Exactly.
All right, well, I guess that wraps up our
show
this week. Great. Not even fueled by Nabob.
Not even fueled.
Okay.
Next week's episode will be fueled by Nabob.
Nabob and anger.
And upset.
Fury.
Sour taste in my mouth. That's
Fury. It'll be Nabob Fury. Excellent.
Yeah.
Great. Well, have an excellent week, and we'll see you next Monday if all goes well.
Perfect.
All right.
Have a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.